up in the tech. You raised 100 million in venture capital. I mean, there's not many music guys who are doing what you're doing with AI and stuff. Tell me a little bit about this next chapter and, how you're feeling about it and where do you think it's going to take you and what do you ultimately want to achieve in tech? I mean, I think it's so great that you've talked about creating companies that are owned by Black people to inspire. You're now teaching a lot of kids get STEM education. Where do you want to go on this tech side? And if you've got 1,000 ideas a day, what would you like to achieve in technology?
So I look at tech and my aspirations in this field no differently than I look at music, because to me it's the same energy of coming up with ideas and collaborating. And I started my journey in music in 1990. It took me 7 years to get a record deal, like a real record deal, because when I got the record deal in 1992, I was still a minor.
Yep.
I got a record deal with Interscope, trying to get a record deal in 1997, put out a first record in 1998. Didn't really have success until 2004. So if you look at 1990, that's 14 years before you see success.
Yep.
That's 14 years of trying, and then hitting it out the park. So I started technology and entrepreneur, I would say, as soon as I got that futurist gig at Intel.
Right.
My futurist gig at Intel was 2012, when Black Eyed Peas took a break.
Right.
That's when I started working at Intel. So 2012 to now, that's only
9 years.
Not even 10 years.
Yeah.
2014 is when I started my company. When we sold Beats to Apple, I had some money. I went to India and Singapore and adopted a team that existed with my co-founder, Chandra. Started, working on ideas that got us into the space of AI.
Yep.
And what got me into the space of AI was working at Intel when I realized that there aren't that many operating systems, right? There's Android, there's iOS, there's Linux, there's Unix. iOS and Android are based off of Unix and Linux, and Windows is based off of DOS. Right? That's it.
Yep.
So for me, it was a naive, let's make an operating system. I'm so happy I had that naive ambition. We made mistakes, we fixed them and learned, and we have a pretty awesome platform. And the future of technology, eventually I will have a ginormous win. And the communities that are going to benefit from my ginormous win are communities that look like the community I come from. I'm not trying to win for winning ego's sake. I want to win in technology so I don't ever have to worry about asking anyone to help me raise money to prepare people for tomorrow. Yep. Because right now in 2021, as technology companies are investing more and more in AI, that will render a lot of the jobs that we have right now obsolete. While that's happening, governments are not ensuring kids are prepared for this technological tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows just how freaking technological tomorrow is. If you're an Uber driver, you're not an Uber driver in 2030. If you're a delivery driver delivering packages on trucks, that's not what you're doing in 2030. If you're working at a cashier at a freaking grocery store, you're not doing that in 2030. Why? Because the world as we know it right now is making investments to make sure that stores are cashless, or making sure that there are not people in them for you to check out, or we're making sure that the autonomous vehicle is safer than people driving them. That's what's going on right now. COVID told us that, hey, you don't got to go to work. Stay your butt at home. COVID told us, hey, you don't even got to go to school. We're going to learn from home too. And what did that tell big companies? There's big skyscrapers and companies are like, hey, maybe we don't need everybody in that skyscraper.
Yeah.
We made our money this quarter. As a matter of fact, we profited. So don't be surprised 2025 and moving on, there's going to be new work home configurations that are designed specifically for that.
Yep.
That's what's coming around the corner. So how are we preparing the youth for this tomorrow? What, you're just going to teach kids what you were teaching them before the world shut down? So why do I want to have success in tech? So other folks that come from where I come from can finally see somebody successful in the world of tech. Because who in the hell do they have to look at if there's nobody that looks like them in the field? Yep. Who right now is investing in AI in my world? What? Oh, I'm the only guy? What? That's awesome, but that's also sad.
Yeah, it is.
That's amazing, but it's also scary. Because who's training the algorithms? It's not like there's like awesome African Americans training algorithms and training data and writing algorithms. So in this world where machines are going to be interacting with people, who made sure the machine knows people like me's best interest?
Yeah.
If people like me didn't write the algorithms and train the data.
Yeah, correct.
If we're barely freaking getting over racism, what happens when machinism surfaces?